It's time for the March Movie Madness. Let's go. March Movie Madness. March Madness! Wait, that already exists. Never mind. That already exists. That's already a thing. Motherfucker! Thanks, Duke, for losing to a goddamn buzzer beater versus UConn. Sorry, I got off topic. Let's go on with the video. Hey everyone, welcome back to Just Jake Reviews. I review albums, movies, and sports games. And today, yes, as you saw in the beginning, it is time for another Movie Madness where it's my video that I make every single month, at the end of the month, and I talk about all the movies I saw. I have loved making these. I made 3 of them because I did one for like August to December of 2025, and then I made January, February. So I'm doing this for every single month. Okay, you know, some are going to be seasonal. Obviously, the October one and the December one, the summer one. It's going to be a whole spiel of spiels, if you know what I mean. So yeah, today, March Movie Madness. So my original plan was when it first turned March, like March 1st or 2nd. What I was going to do was originally the entire Movie Madness was going to be me talking about my all-time favorite films and like 4 or 5 like randoms. But as you guys saw, I posted a video. I posted actually my birthday video, my 6 favorite films. So that birthday video was technically going to be this video, but I was like, that's boring, you know? People want to see me talk about new movies I've never seen before, and that's what I'm bringing it to you. So, we got 9 movies. I'm not sure if that's the shortest one. It might be the shortest one so far, but these videos are always long. I don't know how. I'm not going to lie, compared to other months, March, kind of a mid month, but I think I said the same thing about February, so yikes. Come on, wheel spin me some better movies. So I think we can cut the bullshit and just talk about movies now. All right, cool. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, number 9. So number 9 and number 8 are actually tied for the worst movie I saw this month. Remember, all of these are first-time watches, except for one of them, but it technically was because I haven't seen it since I was a kid. So yeah, once again, number 9, number 8 are the same. They're the same exact score. They're the same awful score. I mean, this score technically isn't that bad, but for me rating movies, it kind of is. And my number 8 should be the number 9, but just because I am mad at my number 9 is the number 9. Okay, so there you go. So my number 9, I was expecting something. I was expecting just a little something. Like, it did not have to be much. I just wanted to see something. That's all I wanted to see. Number 9, we got Meet the Parents. Meet the Parents. This movie is not funny. This movie is not good. It's not funny. I don't like this movie. Now, when I was a young child, I watched the movie Little Fockers, which is the 3rd and I guess the most recent one as of right now. I know they're making a 4th one, but yeah, Little Fockers. So there's Meet the Parents, Meet the Fockers, and Little Fockers. This is Meet the Parents, which is the very first one. Meet the Parents stars Ben Stiller, who is Greg Focker. And he is dating this lovely girl, and it's I think it's a holiday movie technically, and they are staying over the girl's parents' house, and the entire movie is just Ben Stiller. Ben Stiller wants to, I think, ask to marry the girl, but in order he has to get permission from the girl's dad, who is Robert De Niro, and It's haywire, it's chaotic. I do think Robert De Niro plays well when he plays in not serious roles. But this film, in my opinion, is painfully unfunny. This movie is not funny at all. It's painfully unfunny. I am not a huge fan of movies that are just chaotic. Well, I kind of am and I'm not. This movie, not a single scene in this movie goes along with each other. it's just like, it's so predictable. It's like, okay, it's like Ben Stiller's gonna go to Robert De Niro's house. He's gonna try to prove that he can be a good husband, even though Robert De Niro's not gonna like him. And then like chaos ensues. It's gonna be the most random shit ever. Like, oh, like he lights the house on fire. The cat runs away. It's like I don't need that. I don't want that. Like, I didn't laugh once the entire movie. I don't like these movies, and I'm not watching Meet the Fockers or Little Fockers because I hated this movie. Meet the Parents gets a 6.2. That could be a hot take, 'cause I know that these movies are technically like family favorites. They're probably mainly watched by families. But no, I don't care. And they're making, I think it's called Focker in Law. I don't know why they're doing that. And Owen Wilson's in this movie, which, you know, after I watch a movie that he's in, I never know what to say about his character. But, yeah, there's going to be some hot takes in this video. That's the first one. Meet the Parents. Unfunny. Number 8. Let me take this one. This one involves somewhat of a story. Let me take you back to me being a child, right? And I have multiple times in this channel, and I'm going to keep doing it because I love nostalgia. But anyways, this movie came out in 2013, so I was 7 years old. I remember this movie coming out. It's one of the few memories I have of me being 7 years old. The other big one being me seeing Thor: The Dark World in theaters. That's why the movie holds a special place in my heart. But I remember the layout, and I remember like the trailer, and I remember this movie coming out in 2013. And for the time, if you were a kid when this film came out, you're probably like, oh, this movie's kind of cool. This movie's, you know, I get it. It's a DreamWorks movie, spoiler alert. And I watched this, and when I watched this movie a long time ago, you know, I'm not going to say it now before I say it. We got Turbo. The DreamWorks film about a snail who can go fast. Yeah. So I watched this movie once a long time ago, probably when I was like 8 or 9 years old. And not kidding, I literally thought it was the worst film I've ever seen. Like, not one of the worst, literally the worst movie I've ever seen. So I went my entire life up until, I'm not going to lie, probably 3 years ago. I was kind of joking, but not. I would keep going on and on and on and on and on. And whenever somebody asked me, hey man, what's the worst film you ever saw? I said Turbo. And so for the longest time, this was the worst movie I ever saw. And last night, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to rewatch it. I'm going to watch it and see if the movie still sucks. Now, I was worried because if I watched this movie and I loved it, then my childhood would have been completely crushed. I watched this movie, and man, this movie still sucks. This movie is not good. This movie is boring. This movie is fucking nothing. I understand Ryan Reynolds voices the snail. I get that. And there are some voice acting in this movie that kind of works. Like Snoop Dogg's in this movie. Samuel Jackson voices a good character. It's a bunch of fucking dumbass snails. One of them gets into an accident, and all of a sudden he can go fucking fast. I don't care. I don't care. This movie also gets a 6.2. I don't give a shit. I was bored the entire movie. This movie does not need to exist. Now, I will say, the only reason why this movie is higher than Meet the Parents is because this movie, I don't know why, this movie is low-key nostalgic. Because I remember this movie coming out in 2013. And I will say that I would understand now if a kid likes this movie. I would understand it. I understand that this movie has some cult fucking followers. I am nowhere near one of them. Turbo. Now, I will say, is this movie still the worst film I've ever seen? No, it's not. But it's pretty bad. Now, I will say, I mean, it's not a high bar, but this movie is better than the Emoji Movie. I'll give it that. Not a high bar to begin with, but I'll give it that. Not starting off great. Number 7, hot take number 2 incoming. Oh my god, what a bad month for movies. I apologize, guys. Number 7, this movie everyone loves. This movie is a very kind of controversial movie, and this movie has a very, very huge audience. There's a lot of people out there that love this movie. And you would have thought, okay, he would love this movie. I did not. Number 7, Tropic Thunder. Why was this movie not good? This movie had all the fucking right and possibility to be a good movie. Robert Downey Jr. playing a black man is amazing. That's fantastic. The casting is great. Okay, Jack Black. RDJ is great. Ben Stiller's awesome. Steve Coogan. That's how I say his name because his mouth looks like this. Steve Coogan. That's my Steve Coogan impression. This movie I didn't love. I don't know why. I was bored. I should have been laughing at this movie and I wasn't. I should have thought the acting was good. I don't know why. Maybe I was having a rough day. But here's the thing. I don't want to rewatch this movie because I'm currently watching new movies. But who knows? In the future, this movie might get a rewatch because I was just having a bad day maybe. But this gets a 6.8. I'm sorry. The scene where Steve Coogan steps on a landmine and fucking explodes, that's probably the best scene in the movie. Just because I love how they think it's fake. In reality, he fucking just like explodes. So yeah, I'm sorry, Tropic Thunder. I should have liked you way, way, way more. I don't know why I didn't. I'm upset at myself. I am upset at myself. So before everyone else gets all pissed at me in the comments, just know that I am pissed at myself more than any of you guys will ever be. Tropic Thunder, 6.8, unfortunately. All right, number 6. From now on out, these movies are actually, like, good. Number 6, Donnie Darko. Donnie Darko. This movie is not that climactic. Not much happens in this movie. Yeah, sure, the movie has a plot and it has a storyline. And Jake Gyllenhaal's great, obviously. But, like, I get the movie. A boy who sees, a huge-ass rabbit in his dreams. I get it. I like the ending. The ending's pretty cool. But this movie gets a 7.2, which is just kind of mid. I mean, Seth Rogen's in it. It's his first film. If you want to see a young Seth Rogen, watch this movie. But Jake Gyllenhaal is kind of good in every movie. So number 5 and number 4 are the same franchise. So I recently watched this trilogy for the first time in my entire life. You'll notice that only 2 movies are on here because the third one sucks ass. Number 5, Back to the Future. Yes, I watched Back to the Future for the first time in my entire life. I actually watched all 3. Back to the Future. So I think I've come to the conclusion that I don't love 80s movies. 80s movies are interesting. 80s movies I don't love because I think they're just kind of too basic. This movie I don't have a single issue with. I don't. I could rewatch this movie. I could. I understand why every single person loves this movie. It's a cool concept. I like Marty McFly and Doc Brown. Very good. I do like how this movie is not over the top and how it's just like to the point like that. Back to the Future, 7.5. It's cool. It was fine, but yeah. All right, number 4, the sequel that I enjoyed a little better. Number 4, Back to the Future Part 2. Yes, I preferred over the first one. I do. I enjoy it a hair. It gets a 7.6, so 1 point higher than the first one. Back to the Future Part 2 is pretty cool. It has more going on, which is why I think it's better. Them going to 2015. Whoa! That's not 2015. And, Michael J. Fox plays 3 characters in this whole movie. Hold on, I want to ask you a question, because I knew the answer to this. Or I knew this. But when you watched this film for the first time, did you know that Michael J. Fox plays a woman? Did you know that he plays the daughter? Michael J. Fox plays Marlene. He plays Marlene McFly. She only has, 3 scenes in the whole movie. But that's him! He's playing a female! And obviously he also plays his older version of himself, of course. But that's him. He plays the daughter. Crazy shit. But no, I do think it's a little better. 7.6. And you will notice that I don't have Back to the Future Part 3 on here because I couldn't finish that movie. I started watching it. I did not like it, so I turned it off. I'm not a Western guy. I think I'm not a Western guy, and that movie's a Western. So if you enjoy Westerns, that movie's for you. All right, number 3. Hey, look at that. Jacob is no longer hating on a comedy. What's that? A comedy that Jacob doesn't hate? Yeah, not really. Number 3, The Other Guys. The Other Guys, Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg. I don't hate this movie. Congratulations. There's a comedy movie that is somewhat okay. I'm not gonna lie. I laughed at this movie. There were a few scenes that I laughed at. There are a few funny moments in this movie. It still gets a 7.7, which is actually pretty good, a 7.7. But no, this movie's good. I could totally watch the movie again. I could totally rewatch this, for sure. Samuel L. Jackson and Dwayne Johnson are awesome. Michael Keaton's awesome. Eva Mendes is hot, so she's in this movie, which is great. The Other Guys is awesome. Someone call 911. Holy shit. The Other Guys is very good. There are a few quotables in it, which I'm a huge fan of quotable movies. But yeah, no, The Other Guys, it's a comedy that actually is okay. All right, my top 2, the only great movies I watched. Number 2, I am shocked. I am shocked that I am on the side of loving this movie. Because there are people that do not like this movie at all, and there are people that love this movie for what it is. Number 2, Napoleon Dynamite. Napoleon Dynamite. I love this movie. 8.3. 8.3. I love this film. I don't know what it is. It's, first of all, very short movie. And I think it's just like the quietness and the underground of it. Like, obviously, I mean, the movie was underground, but the movie's obviously huge now. But the fact that it's such like a small town movie, like, he didn't have many friends. It's a pretty quiet movie. It's such a simple movie. It's one of those films where you're watching the scenes and you're like, okay, I'm not overthinking. What they're doing, that's all it is. Like, there's no thinking, there's no deep thinking being involved. I love this movie. I will definitely watch this again in a few months. This movie, I enjoyed it. And the soundtrack's underrated. The song during the disco dance, amazing. And also, vote for Pedro. And number 1, I am proud to say I love this movie. I am really happy that I enjoyed this movie. This movie is long as fuck. And I'm worried for part 2, because I'm definitely watching part 2 and part 3. Number 1, The Godfather. The Godfather. I watched The Godfather. I did. I'm proud of myself. That's like a big boy movie. I watched a big boy movie. Amazing movie. The Godfather's amazing. The Godfather is an amazing movie for a different reason. So The Godfather gets an 8.7. 8.7. But it's for reasons that I don't know why. So this movie is almost 3 hours long. And it feels that. For some reason, there's not a lot of action in this movie. This movie is really, really dialogue heavy. This movie is pure dialogue. But I think it's just the way this movie builds into perfect sequence and perfect order makes this movie phenomenal. Once again, this movie will get a rewatch in probably a year because it's a long-ass movie. And it's definitely in my top 30 or top 40. But no, The Godfather's great. I am going to watch part 2 and part 3. I am scared because part 2 is 3.5 hours long. But I'm excited because we finally get to see how Michael Corleone deals with the family. Because Al Pacino is the best part of this movie. Al Pacino, the character of Michael is the greatest character in this whole movie. Everyone loves Don. The Don's great. Marlon Brando is awesome. But Al Pacino is stunning in this movie. Stunning. And I can't really explain why this movie gets an 8.7 besides, the sequence. Everything that's happening. Yeah, there's a few action scenes and there are guns. But, this movie is just, it's perfectly layered. They don't miss one thing in this movie. And I hope part 2 and part 3 are just like that, or, a little better, hopefully. But no, The Godfather. is kind of the introduction of me watching huge, important movies, and I'm happy I love it. All right, well, that's going to be all for today's Movie Madness March edition. Once again, there were 9. This is probably going to be the shortest one out of all 3, but that's not saying a lot because it's still 20 minutes long. Yeah, not the best month. Kind of a mid-month for movies, but hey, I'm going to spin the wheel for April tomorrow and see what we got. I have another special video coming this week. I think Wednesday or Thursday. And then we'll see for April. I'm not really planning on my April stuff yet. I'll do that probably tomorrow or Wednesday or Thursday. But yeah, like, subscribe, comment, do all that fun stuff. By the way, I really appreciate the support I got on the Super Bowl video, the halftime show video. Thank you for that. And yeah, thanks y'all for watching the video, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.